Billy Beige here, and I wanted to make a video showing how you can take off the legs on an Ogre scale Mythic Legion, Cosmic Legions figure, and I also wanted to have where it informs you how to install the pegs that you may have bought from me, and helped me out, so you help me, help you to help me to help you, and stuff like that. Now, if you follow these instructions, you will get the Ogre legs off and be able to use the pegs. But you gotta follow these instructions because there's one little thing in here. So make sure you have a cup that can hold the Ogre scale legs entirely minus the feet. I use a 2-cup microwave safe measuring cup. It's a hobby cup now. It's for hobby stuff. I don't eat out of this. Just saying. I mean, you wouldn't eat out. Should be. I mean, like, no judgment. If you eat out of a cup, measuring cup, live your life. But you need to take the feet off of the Ogre scale legs. Kind of bend the legs a little bit so you don't have where you waste a bunch of water. I'm just saying, you never know. We got a jug of water here to make this a little bit practical. Fill up the cup until the thighs are completely submerged, but you don't want to like submerge the pelvis in the water. Mainly, what I've experienced is if you have where you leave the whole thing in hot water, at least with Sir Uxjak, that's the one that I did it with and had this experience, the pelvis part where it has the front crotch and the butt plate there comes apart because it frees up the it frees up the glue that's holding it together. But you could just Gorilla Glue it back if it comes off, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, just make sure it's in there. Have where it's like completely submerged for the thighs, but not all the way up over the butt plate. So I have enough water in there now. So I should have had a pre-prepared little hand towel here. It'd been nice. Take that part out, and then microwave this for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, not 1 minute, not a blow dryer, not a heat gun, not grabbing it with your claws and just trying to pull it off at room temperature. Heat the water up for 3 minutes. Okay, after it's heated for 3 minutes, it's going to be hot as hell, which is what we need here. We need this very hot. Take the Ogre scale legs and submerge them in there. So they are in there, and the pelvis is not below the water line, and it shouldn't because we measured this out. That's why I did this like this. Then we're going to let this sit for 2 minutes so it can permeate through the thick AF thighs on the Ogre. That's on the Ogre. That's on the Dragoseer. That's on the Half Giant. That's on the Armored legs. They're all thick. They're all thick. Just let them heat. And the reason why this doesn't work with a heat gun or a blow dryer is because you're blowing the heat on there. The outside is getting hotter than the inside will, and at rate going from one angle, it's going in, that's going to heat up, and with that dry heat hitting it, it's going to start to melt the plastic. Now this will heat up the plastic all the way around it, permeate through it, and then have where it makes it soft, but it's not a dry heat that has where it's going to start to kind of melt it. We don't want it to melt. So we're going to give it another minute. All right, that is just about 2 minutes there. We can take them out, shake them a little bit, and just caution, it's very hot still. These are very hot legs right now. So yeah, I know how you cup and catch water now. I've learned that too. So yeah. Now these are going to be ridiculously hot, but they'll have where they're able to come off now. Now, if I can illustrate this right here and get this just lined up, because you want to kind of get it by the ball, kind of pinch it there, take the leg, it's still hot, and just start twisting the thigh and wiggling it some, and it will pop off because this is still extremely warm. And hopefully it's not too cool, and that one has cooled off enough to harden. I think the lower egg has got to pop off. Yep, there we go. It's all coming apart. I don't care. But yeah, I am slowly doing this. I'm not trying to rip it apart. I am taking my time, twisting and pulling and just adding a little bit of force and just watching it as it slowly wiggles out there, and then it's off. That's what you got to do. I'm going to let this thighs, well, I'm going to let the hips cool down over here. I got enough time to pop this back on before it cools. There we go. Now, the next step, which is crucial as well. So, I've heated these up. I pulled them off. In that time, they've started to cool down. And as they've cooled down, while I'm wiggling and moving it, they kind of sit a little bit different. So take these, dunk them back in this ridiculously hot water still, because it's still really hot. Let them sit for like another minute or two, and that plastic, as the heat permeates through it again, it's going to go back to the way it was factory molded. So when it was pumped into that injection mold, it took a shape. That's what the plastic wants to go back to. While I heated it up and it cooled down while I was pulling this off here, it starts to warp a little bit. This will get it out of that warp, and it'll have where the pegs will fit snugly again. So we're going to give it another, 30 seconds or so. Okay, now they've sat in there for a little over a minute. They should be back to exactly how they were when they were pulled out of the mold at the factory. So that'll be the correct shape there. Now, put the peg in? No. Let these cool off. The fastest method, take the legs, go stick them in your freezer. Just let them sit there for a couple minutes. They'll cool down to like room temperature or lower, and then it should be fine. They'll fit snugly. So we're going to do that next. All right, so now the thighs have cooled down to room temperature. Left in there a couple minutes. You can see from my clock. Convenient. But just to make sure, you take a peg, go to stick it in there, give it a little twist. And there we go. So again, with my new version 2, 2.0, I don't know, the rounded pegs I've made. I haven't decided what to really name them. They're kind of the better one. The better one. The one for all for one. This peg, it should fit snug in there. The older style I had, in the end, it was 1 out of 10 times you'd have to use blue tack depending on how the thigh was, because there are the occasional just oddball. But with heating them up, letting them cool down, and sticking the peg in there, they hold really well. Now, to install the pegs themselves, take your hips, take the peg, get it over I guess you'd say the other peg, and kind of just push it on. After you've used them a couple times, it gets a little bit easier, but they still hold snugly on there. And then you can take your legs, make sure which one's left from right, push them on, and then you can put your feet back on. Oh god, left from right on these too. And you have my Ogre leg extenders there. Boom. They're now about a full inch taller. And through the magic of editing, I managed to splice in where I put them back together. And I should have really done it in the video. But here's where he looks back together as well. You can have where you can actually get your legs together straight if you wanted to do that. Make sure you kick your feet out to the sides, just saying. And yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, concerns, inquiries, stuff like that, again, these pegs are $5 a set. $5 shipping, no matter if you buy 1 set or 10 sets. It's $5 shipping in the US. Contact me through my Instagram, my Facebook on here. My email and stuff is in there. Just reach out if you want them. But tell me what y'all think. Did this video actually help? Was it long? But just let me know in the comments below. Thanks to everybody who actually has bought these. Both times I put them up for sale. With this one, I am confident I can just keep making these and they will fit everything going forward that's been solicited so far by the 4 horsemen. That's the Rising Sun wave that's coming. That's the what is it? Well, not Siege of Bone yet, but that is one that has ogres in it. It's on my mind. I don't know why. Ashes of Agbendor has another ogre in there. I don't think Garmir from the Horrors of Eisenmal, so small wave, has where it would need these because his legs look more in proportion. But like once we see when I see that in person, I'll decide if it's like, hey, these pegs or not. But in theory, it should fit those as well since it is ogre scale as well. But I think his legs are long enough. I think he has good proportions. But again, let me know. Leave some comments down below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.